Hey everybody, welcome to BombSquad. David's cracking me up.
Old Fezziwig. Oh, he's dancing around from Scrooge. I'm still in Christmas mode.
Yeah. Okay, where was I? Hey everybody.
Fezziwig, that good old jolly man. Sorry.
Well, Brett.
Hey everybody.
Can this be the intro?
Yeah. You know what?
My back hurts. I'm laughing so hard. It's like I'm pregnant. I got pregnancy back.
It's contagious.
I think I should pass gas right now to top this off.
No.
I'm not cutting that.
No, leave it in.
You'll die.
Oh gosh, I eat good fiber.
Hey everybody. I can't even. Hey everybody. Welcome to BombSquad. I'm just going to do it over all the noise. I'm Dan Stacy, and you're about to witness my nerdy family and I use silly voices and explain guys to tell a good story and be really weird. David, since you're having, fiber moment stuff, RPG MRE for this episode, a quick healthy snack from our tickled ears.
We have guacamole, so if you are needing some extra fiber, it's the way to go. No, but really though, fats, a lot of people used to think fats were bad for you. This is a fantastic fat. Fats are good. They're good for your hormones, help men with testosterone, if we want to go down that route. But
maybe next time.
Delicious and tasty, but I will say not as good as mine. I make it homemade. Eventually there will be a video up on my channel. I'll show you how to make mine. But it's still very good.
ASMR?
Get
close to the mic.
Oh.
He doesn't know what ASMR is.
Hold on.
I don't know what that is either.
Yeah, that was perfect. All right. And we will dive into the next episode of BombSquad.
Hey!
We dive back in. Where we left off, you had just had an explosive encounter with goblins, made it out barely alive, really close call there, and realized that Ingrid's hump is a very large cat with an attitude. And
I'm Jingle Bob.
Reminds me of Bubba.
yeah, kind of an influence. And
Our 19-pound cat.
yeah.
Check him out on Instagram.
Yeah.
Hashtag Bubba and Row.
And after Thierry checked in with the powers that be, not on what you guys think she was checking in on. She was checking in on her troll baby. But she told you everything will be fine. So you're pushing forward and you've come into, and this is where we'll pick up, you come into this area that looks like some kind of camp. Or like where some strolling hikers underneath the deep parts of the mountains stopped. There's like a fireplace, or what looks like used to be a little fireplace thrown together. Ashes aren't warm or anything. This is very old. And then there's 2 or 3 tarps kind of set up as tents that are moldy. There's holes. Looks like things have chewed on it. And then there's one skeleton you see, full skeleton that's crossed its arms and seems to be gripping tight to something. So you've kind of entered in. The tunnel has led up to this, and it opens up into this larger kind of cavernous space, and you see those well-worn paths going all over the place. And then there's possibly another tunnel you could walk through down there, and then to the right, as you've come in through there, it kind of drops down a little bit, but you have to go over the edge to peek down and see what might be down there.
Is the skeleton humanoid?
It's humanoid, small though, small frame, dwarf, halfling size.
So probably not human.
No, not human.
Is it child size?
No. Well, it could be maybe a teenager if it's like a human or an elf, or it's a dwarf. Just turn down the music a little bit. So, as soon as Demeter sees that, he's gonna run in and go over to the skeleton.
Brick
what do you
would
guys
follow.
do? Okay.
I'm coming over too.
All right.
I feel like Iliad is still prepared for someone else to come attack us. So can I like scout as they're running over?
Yeah, definitely.
see
Roll
what's
a
going
perception. Ingrid?
I'm gonna head over for now, but I'm very interested in the tents.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you can check them out.
Yes.
Okay. So as you guys come up, Demeter kneels down and he's looking over and he's... It's a dwarf.
Oh.
I fear this may be one of the dwarven party that went to explore this area. I don't know what the chances are that we would stumble upon them, but... He starts saying a prayer and just waving his hand over the skeleton. You guys can inspect it or do something else while he does that.
I'm just gonna quietly over to Brick, just be like, when I die and they find my skeleton, they're gonna be like, what happened here?
I kind of want my compulsion, not bane. What's the word I'm looking for?
Flaw.
To
Yeah.
come through here. Brick doesn't really know how to deal with sorrow or empathy.
Yeah.
So he's going to be really sarcastic and be like, well, you won't look much worse than him. So.
Oh no, if I die looking like that, bury me.
Okay, I'll start digging a hole now.
It's Demeter.
Yeah, Demeter's like... I am returning the flesh to Dietos. Maybe go see Ingrid.
I'll walk over there.
Yeah, probably a mistake.
So he'll do that. What was your perception? I'm sorry.
If I could do math. 23.
23.
You gotta
okay.
make the math face.
And I was just looking at it like,
Awesome. All right. So what you notice as you're kind of looking around at the whole area. Right? Yeah.
Yes,
You're looking for
yeah.
trouble. Okay. You're not seeing any kind of movement anywhere or goblin activity. You do see a lot around the walls and going up. It kind of goes pretty high up. Okay. And the walls are just covered with this like sticky, wet kind of substance. And you notice the temperature is colder in here a little bit, which is really strange, so deep down.
Just from moving from the previous room to this?
Yeah, as you've been going through the tunnel, the temperature has dropped until you've come into here. So I think that's all you notice right now. And Ingrid, you were checking out the tents?
Yeah, I'm looking for shiny things.
Shiny thing. Roll perception. And what are you guys doing?
I want to look around to look for more archers.
Okay. And I'll say you won't see anything in particular there. Well, roll perception. We'll have you roll perception too. And Demeter, as he's saying it, you guys will notice as Demeter's finishing his prayer, he says something to the effect of, sorry, I need my notes. What'd you get, Rick?
15.
15? Okay, yeah, you see the same thing Iliad does, except you don't pick up on the temperature change necessarily, but you see the sticky substance all over, and the place is wet, but you don't see any activity that you can notice.
Is it wet underneath us or just...
There's a dampness in the air, but the walls are kind of dripping with a little wetness, but it's like a thick wetness. It's the best way to say it. Moist. I was trying to avoid the word, but you know what? Might as well dive right into that. Let's see. And yeah, so Demeter... sorry, I've got my notes messed up here. But anyways, Demeter finishes his prayer and says something about, you catch just the end, return to the flesh of Dietos and bring new life once again. And the skeleton actually starts to decay rapidly and turns to dust and just folds into the ground. And what's left behind, and Demeter picks it up, is this leather-ish paper almost. It seems like paper made out of like leather to be water resistant. And he picks it up and starts looking at it. And okay, perfect. So this is what he finds. I'll give it to Brick since you're nearby. It's written in Dwarvish, so he kind of translates it for you.
And I rolled a 5, but I was hoping to kind of use Street Rat to kind of like, look for... Not really
okay.
Food, but I was looking for shinies.
For shinies and stuff? Yeah. Okay, yeah, I like that. Street Rat. You're utilizing your Dwarvish Street Rat since you know dwarves.
My Dwarvish Street Rat, yeah.
So you're looking around and you know how people hide things. That's where your Street Rat comes in. You're like, if they're gonna hide stuff, they're gonna tuck it in the corners here. The way the tent, it's just kind of a string line between two stalagmites, and the tarp is draped over it, but there's a little bit of area where there's less rock and more ground, and you see it's been kind of messed with, the dirt's disturbed. So you kind of dig down in there, you're looking for shinies. You don't see really anything else in here other than that, and like a bedroll that's just tatters. And as you dig, you find one of those sheets as well. And you can read it because you can read Dwarvish.
What the crap is this?
Not a shiny. You don't find any shinies, but you did find that. I don't know, you guys can read it out loud if you want, or just give kind of a general synopsis on it, and then Demeter will comment.
Brick, what does it say?
Well, looks like they started on the mountain tops, which is clearly not here, but it looks like from there they found an entrance in here.
These are the notes from Zia Kuznetsov. She led the party that came here so many months ago.
Wait, are we supposed to gather these bodies?
Well, no, these are not bodies Sergeant Audrey would be looking for. This is the group from my home that came to try and get information on the government, see what could be done to reclaim. They were pursuing some old notes from a provoke that from long ago someone had said they found her journals and a map of the area before the goblins took over, and they were going to investigate. The fact that we found this on a skeleton does not bode well.
Does that mean the goblins were already here?
Perhaps. Though I would think goblins do not leave full skeletons usually. Who knows? The dwarf could have succumbed to his wounds here and just decomposed. Though, and, well, if we're in the mountains, tunnel rats and maru could be feeding on his flesh. They don't eat the bones, usually.
Well, they were with others.
Nah, there was at least 10 of them that went.
So that means there should be more bodies.
Perhaps. I wonder if they found anything.
They believe the map is accurate, and people died, and they tried to bury him in here. Something. There's a guy named Demian who's eager.
Demian, I knew him, yes. He's a young Bezdomni.
They were running out of food.
Ingrid, have I ever told you I can listen to you talk all day long?
Isn't it lovely?
Your voice
I
is so
know.
soothing.
It's the tea, morning tea. Clears the throat.
I knew there was something.
Her voice is like a washboard being scratched by goblin nails.
Thank you.
Clearly, there's love between you two.
I thought I told you sarcasm, dear. You have to pick up on the sarcasm.
I love you, Poopsiekins.
He rolls his eyes.
You must study Provo Kira's journals.
Yes, that was her, Provokira. Very old, ancient dwarven Provok. She kept very good records of the old Bezdoni fortresses, and those were, we thought it all lost long ago, but they had been discovered. Perhaps if we find the map, there could be a way out of here. But
Yeah.
the chances are slim.
Are we seeing anything around that could lead us into where they either originated from, or if there were others that headed?
I don't know. What's the signature on here? Kirstendorf.
Kuznetsov.
Good enough.
That was Zia's.
Bless you.
Wait a second. So that's... Can we connect these?
Is
Bring
that
that,
yours?
bring that over here. Is there a date? Perhaps? No. These don't connect.
All right, so 2 pieces.
I'm gonna start looking around for a map.
All right,
Alright.
where'd you find this?
In the dirt.
There wasn't a
I point
body?
in the tent.
Nobody. Just the dirt.
Perhaps he was trying to protect the words of Zia before he passed.
You think he was trying to bury it?
Suppose in the vague hope that someone would find it. Has not proved completely wrong. We are here. We've found it.
Can one of us look around to see if there's like any other
Yeah,
signs
Ingrid's
of...
looking around. You on join?
You're
You want me
looking?
to
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody look around.
I'm not looking around. I'm ignoring y'all.
Okay.
I'm sitting off by myself.
Terry.
That's what
Nice. All right.
Perception?
Yep.
I guess you can say
29.
I'm keeping an ear out, but I'm not really focused.
Okay.
29.
29 with a nat 20. Okay.
10.
Okay.
$15.
15. Okay. So you guys start looking around, and each head off in different directions. Demeter's going to keep looking at the journals carefully, and Tiri's doing her thing.
Yep, just feeding a baby.
Yeah.
Carry on.
Okay.
If I were a dwarf, where would I hide a map?
So, Iliad, you head off a little more straight across, and you find there is like this tunnel that leads on further, seems to dive back down into there. You don't see any activity there, but you get a sense that it starts to get a little warmer that direction, but you don't find any map pieces or anything. Yeah, Ingrid, as you're walking around, you notice Brick seems to have spotted something. And it looks he's at the edge where the cliff kind of goes down, but it meets the wall. So there's a wall going up, and then the cliff starts down here. And you're right at the edge, and you're feeling the wall. It looks like there's something in some of that mushy, wet stuff that's hanging on the walls, and you're trying to pick through it because it looks like something's in there. You just, as you're doing that, where would a dwarf be? You look over, and you see movement right above him. Okay. And Brick, as you're reaching in, all of a sudden, the wet stuff relocks onto your hand and just starts to squeeze, and Brick gets yanked down the cliff.
Oh.
Rolled a nat 20 on that. Okay.
How
But
fast
you get
does
to
this
spot it,
happen?
so you get a reaction, Ingrid, as he's being pulled down.
Yeah.
She saw this happen.
She saw us. You're kind of off looking at this tunnel, and Brick's over here at the edge where the wall stops and that descent down begins.
I'm going to reach into my pocket and throw a spider on him and
Okay, try and pull him back.
pull him back.
Okay,
That's so good.
awesome. So yeah, we'll basically call this a defend action against the roll.
Okay.
So-
Well, is it?
Alteration
Okay.
is fine, yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. Hold on. Math.
Take your time.
Make the math face.
29.
They rolled a 34.
What the freak?
Nat 20. I thought you were gonna have it. So
Tootles.
yeah, you throw it, and
I'm
again,
just
you guys hear
getting-
the Tyr, you'll hear this. You'll hear the little
Yeah, okay.
wee of the spider, and that draws your attention. And again, it sounds like a fishing line. And so, Brick, you see the spider land as the stuff is starting to come over. You're basically getting the immobilized Bane on you, and a forced move. So as your helmet starts to get covered with the stuff, you see a spider whip around your head, and so you're pulling
Yeah,
against
I'm
it, but
trying.
it's starting to drag you down. So Brick has gone down over the side, and she has hold of him, but it's starting to take Ingrid down.
quite heavy
the
as
Should we
way.
all?
Yeah.
Terry, should we step in?
Huh? Oh, well, I'll slide my pauldron back up onto the shoulder and pop out the old hammer, click the boots against the stalagmite, and get ready to rush in.
And Iliad's gonna rush in as well.
All right, so we'll all dive in. As you guys run, you just take off. Demeter immediately stands up and starts running as soon as he sees that. And you just hear him shout, Maru! Which everybody can roll a learning if they want to see if they've heard of that before.
Do I hear that?
Wait, I hear that from Demeter?
Demeter's yelling that.
Would
yeah.
I know that?
You might, because you know dwarves.
Well, let's see.
I do not. I got a full.
18, okay, yeah.
14, still don't care.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you've heard the name before, and you know it's some kind of creature that lives in the mountains
Okay.
that needs to be squished.
Oh, there you go. It can be squished.
Illy, you think that
That's what
you're
you
not
just
clear on what. You just don't know what he's talking about. You think maybe it's a dwarven curse word or something. You're like, okay, get Brick. That's all you know. You know, because of being friends with dwarves, this is a creature that tends to live deep down in the mountains, and it's like this giant insect, like spider and cockroach combination that feed on, living things that they can catch.
Be like, nasty bug!
Yeah,
Nasty
you've never
bug!
seen one before. You've just heard of it, and you know the
That's all
name.
I'm yelling is
Yeah,
they're
okay.
being dragged.
Dragged down. And you also know that the cat is just sitting there like nothing's happening. He's just chilling on her back, like almost asleep. So, okay, what do you guys want to do? Are you just diving off the cliff? Do you want to help Ingrid pull?
We can dive off the cliff.
Yeah,
I know, I
you do
feel
whatever you want.
Zach, this is an RPG.
I'm trying to pull him up, but that's what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just getting dragged.
Can I do something?
Yeah, you can roll to resist actually first, and then what are you thinking?
I have a question. Can I roll a persistent damage bane through my armor? Like the armor
interesting.
itself is saying, get off me.
Yeah.
And if the shielding is up.
Right, because you're in an
Again.
immobile, and technically you can take actions in immobile. You just can't move. So yeah. What we'll say, we'll give you a disadvantage 1 because you're covered in the stuff. Actually, no. I'm gonna let you roll straight because I'm thinking it'll be some kind of electric or something.
Okay.
So roll me them bones. You're pulling.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have to roll a might.
Okay.
I'm running to just help her.
Okay, so you can roll might with advantage. We'll have Ingrid roll might with advantage.
An 18 and a 19.
Nice.
I'll
all
take
right.
the 19.
Very
Nice to have
nice.
options.
Yeah.
I have both. I'll save the other one for later.
What'd you get?
Dap. 19.
19. They rolled an 18 with the exploding D10. All right. So you both, as Ilya dives and kind of grabs around Ingrid and holds on to her with her, you guys stop. So,
Do you need my number?
Brick. No. I was giving her advantage because
her
you're
first.
assisting.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Sorry.
But I wouldn't have gotten that number without you.
Brick, you
Oh.
feel the movement stop for a moment and there's this tugging on you. Terry, what are you doing?
I'm going to just like bolt after whatever the something is that's dragging away Brick, and if there's a cliff edge when I get there, I'm just gonna take a great leap like right off it.
All right,
if
perfect.
they can't do anything about you anyway, it counts as a sneak attack. So I'm just going for this.
All right.
So I have the great leap feat.
Yep.
So I'm just gonna just springboard with those boots off as hard and fast at this thing as I can, hammer cranking as it comes down.
Okay, perfect.
If I'm not sure where it is, then I'll be close enough, I think.
Okay.
So,
Figured.
Roll me a perception first. We'll use that to determine if you can kind of get. If you do bad, you'll have disadvantage. If you do good, you'll
9.
9. Okay.
So
We'll give you disadvantage 1 then
Okay.
on the attack roll because you're just kind of blindly leaping off
Yeah.
of here.
and then let's see. Can I roll for great leap to, I don't know, get some extra distance or maybe land more smoothly?
Yeah, I think
Fine.
Great Leap just automatically does that. I'm going to pull it up here, but I think it gives you extra. Let's see. You can use. Oh no, that's right. Determine you get advantage 1 per jump. Yeah, so roll your agility with whatever tier you have. That's how many advantage you have.
12.
12. Okay. Tier goes off the edge. We'll find out what happens as you roll. So you can roll for an attack as well.
Okay. If I'm in range, then that's what we need.
And while she's doing that, we'll pull. So we're gonna do roll your resist as
I
well.
did.
Oh,
It
you-
was 21.
for your bane, and
Yeah.
you're doing precision damage. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, like a-
How do you think the flavor would be for your armor?
I want the shielding around my armor would just get really, really hot.
Oh, okay, interesting. All right.
Like it spin up really fast.
you're doing an aura. Is that what you're doing with bane?
No. Well, I was trying to do like a persistent damage, but I could. Actually, aura might be better.
I would say let's call that aura with the persistent damage bane
Okay.
of a heat bane. I like that because you don't know if anything is close by or not. You're just thinking you're just being dragged down. So anything within range. I think what happened is on your HUD all of a sudden pops up emergency tactical. I can't think of words.
Tactical measures needed.
Yeah, thank you. Emergency tactical needed. Increasing core temperature, and you just feel the suit get hot slightly, and then some fans kick on inside to keep you cool, and you just know you're radiating heat off of you right now. And then you hear a yeah! What do you get, Terry?
My luck continues. 6.
6. All right. So what happens is as you jump off, we're gonna kind of combine all the rolls together with this. Jump off swinging, and you pass by Brick. You feel the heat radiating off of him as you pass by, and you just can't see where the string is going to. So you just smash down into the hill right where you are to try and slow your descent down, and you hit the ground. Bricks go everywhere. You're gonna have. Did you roll a resist yet?
No, I have not.
Which is good because I'm here, which means he's lucky.
All right. I was gonna give. So you have advantage on the resist roll because Tyria has just sent a spray.
What am I
down.
resisting against?
the immobile. All you do is roll a d20. You got to roll 10 or higher.
Oh, it's just a d20.
Yeah.
But you can roll it twice.
13.
13. Okay. Yeah. That's fine. So as the heat comes up, it's actually, you feel it, the stuff snapping, and then all of a sudden this rubble hits you from out there, and it just kind of scrapes stuff off of you, and it snaps the line that was pulling you down. So you're now sliding, but the stuff has come down, and Tiri is a little ahead of you, also sliding down the cliff,
Sending rubble up the sides.
dragging her hammer
And
behind.
we just fell down.
Yep. So yeah, as you guys do that, this is gonna, I like that balance. As you guys go tumbling over because
No, we would
or you're
fly
tumbling
back.
back, right? You suddenly fall back as everything snaps, and Demeter just dives down the cliff as well and starts sliding. Do you guys want to join him?
I
or-
feel like we look at each other. There's nothing for it.
You just hear,
It's time for Aladdin. Get the magic
cat's like,
carpet out. Sing a song.
yeah.
Okay.
Any better ideas?
No.
There's a rope around. Not that that would matter by the time we got that.
Demeter had the rope.
Oh,
down.
okay.
Blast.
I'm gonna go.
All right, you just start sliding down, and you just hear you feel claws in your thing going, no, and and Ilya,
I'm pretty fast.
dive right down. Yeah. So you guys come sliding down. Brick and Tyr, you come rolling down into this deeper opening, and it is very cold down here, which seems very strange. And as you
Like noticeably, even for me.
even for you. I mean, let's say because you're still radiating the heat off of you, your suit HUD is just picking up the external temperatures have dropped. Like it's keeping a gauge. It has a little gauge that can flick up when you want it to. Okay, and this is what you see before you. Nope.
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 Just
What
kidding.
did
It's
I
on
do?
the table.
We see
Oh,
wrapping
right in
paper.
front of me, yeah. Christmas wrapping
There's a
paper.
present for
Yay!
us!
Merry Christmas!
Yay!
And I thought all
So,
my presents were
It
done.
comes spilling in. Janae, do you mind grabbing me tape? I'll tape this down. We'll wait on that, and I'll turn the camera on in just a second. But anyway, so you fall down into this space, and there's these. It's like slimy on the ground with some of that sticky stuff, but it's like older and decayed, so it's just wet and it's not really sticking to you, and you kind of across into it. Tiri, you feel the cold. There's heat coming off of Brick, and you don't even want to get too close. But there's all these stone areas around and piles of skeleton bones around. And as you guys slide in, and you guys slide into this place, you three, as you're coming down, you see this happen. Oh, perfect. Thanks, Phil. You see, I'm sorry, Ingrid, Iliad, and Demeter see all these black shapes just dive onto Tiri and Brick.
Nice.
As we're still above.
Yeah, as you
Kinda
guys are
coming
sliding
down.
in, you can see this happen. It's just like boom, 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 boom. These giant black
Do we have like a
shapes.
gauge of how far? Do I have a gauge of how far I've fallen?
Yeah, probably another 50 feet or so.
Okay.
Yeah, it was because you were being pulled down and then you guys went sliding. So there's enough time while they're sliding down to watch this happen. Yeah, because I'm thinking your HUD probably has something that's kind of gauging.
An altitude detector.
Yeah,
Okay.
relative. Okay, so they are gonna dive on you. So everybody, roll initiative. Oh boy. And we're just gonna
What are we looking for initiative?
agility.
That's right.
Yep.
Bummer.
Okay.
That is a bummer.
Agility. 18.
18,
22.
22,
25.
25.
7.
7.
Ha! Okay. So we got, Tiri, Iliad, Ingrid, Demeter, and then Brick. Meter. Okay. Perfect. But the Maru are going to do an attack focus.
Everybody listen to the
Sorry.
noises the DM makes.
Yeah.
That's usually indicative about what's going to happen.
Is it
So-
the DM smiles?
It's already too late.
It's already too late.
Okay.
With Daniel, it's more of like a, oof. Oof.
I'm an empathetic.
You guys are
DM.
dead.
Okay. Toughness for you guys.
15 for both of us, if I remember
For-
Oh,
correctly.
that's right. Okay. So what happens is you feel these wait. Oh, what power level is your persistent damage? Can you check that out for me?
It's 4, I believe. It's
Okay.
the second. The second
I just
level.
need the damage number. For
Yeah, it's
that.
4. Power level 4.
And what's the damage on power level 4?
1d6 per round.
Okay. Perfect. Okay. So
His is actually 14, not 12.
My toughness?
His toughness.
his toughness.
Toughness is 12.
Oh, toughness. Different.
Gotcha.
Right?
Sorry,
Well-
I was thinking guard.
No,
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
thank you for
That's
checking.
why.
But it's just for these two. So you guys all of a sudden these shapes just fall on top of you and just start. You feel like it's a combination of the fuzzies on a spider and the smoothness of like a cockroach's wings. Those two different textures are rubbing against you and crawling all over you, and you hear.
Sounds
Like,
tickly.
about how big are we talking?
They're these ones are a little bit bigger than Tiri, so maybe 4 feet.
Okay.
So one kind of just lands right on top of you, but they're moving over you, and they've immobilized you guys right now. So that's what they rolled an 18 to immobile. So they're crawling over you and starting to cover the webbing on you. You hear that, and it's a nasty rotting food type smell coming out of them and all around them. But what was the damage for persistent damage?
1d6 per round.
1d6. So roll a d6. So some of them are going to take damage from your persistent damage.
Explode? They explode, right?
Yeah, all dice explode.
10.
Oh, man. Okay, so the two that are on you, they go to dive on you, and they just kind of shrivel up and die, and
hate
just
bugs.
die right there. But they're on top of you, and you've been
Tried to
knocked
save you
down.
with one.
And they're like, you can smell the burning flesh coming off of them. It's just like, yeah, you know when you use that zapper to kill bugs and it's that
I don't like
burning,
it.
gross smell.
I
That's
don't
what you're
like
smelling
more
right
than
now, so
2
it's waking
legs.
up. But you can see you've got these dead carcasses on top of you, and then Tiri's being overtaken right now, and
You
you
taste
guys
it.
are sliding in.
Sorry, how big are they again?
Like 4 feet.
Almost as tall as you.
Almost.
You're taller than me, so I was just insulting myself.
Like me. My size.
Okay. All right, so we come to initiative. So Tiri, you're up. You can spend your movement to resist the bane if you'd like to.
Yeah, and I'll just start off with, finally, something we don't have to chase down! And, I would definitely like to resist this bane. I just have my hammer just like spinning all around, do some kind of a cool kata to just be knocking them off. Can I take perhaps instead total defend? Because I also have bonuses, defensive reflexes. Or are they not trying to damage? They're just trying to.
They're not trying to damage. They're immobilizing you.
All right, yeah. So then resisting. How do I resist the?
Resist a bane is just you spend, unless otherwise specified, you spend your movement action to resist. You roll a d20, and if it's 10 or higher, you succeed in resisting it.
Okay. Nope.
Okay, so they're just it's a lot of weight, and you're trying to get your hammer
I
up there.
guess it would get tangled in all the fuzzies.
Yeah, and they're
silkies.
slowly trying to encase you in,
like
they're
it.
slowly spitting all over you this webby sort of
like it.
stuff.
And I guess it's not what I was expecting.
Now you're immobilized, you can still roll an attack, but I'll probably give you disadvantage 1 because you're struggling against it, so you could still try to hit them.
Can I just turn my comments into bolster?
Sure.
Like,
yeah.
so yeah, like, what are the chances these ones down? Just crush them. Come on, somebody hit it.
Perfect. Do you want to do multiple people or just do Brick next to you?
No, I think I'm just like shouting out to the party, just be like, come on down, join the festivities.
All right, perfect. So for the boon, since you're multi-targeting with the boon, I think it's disadvantage per target. So if you did Brick, you would just do a normal roll. I need my rules up. Here we go. Multi-targeting. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna do disadvantage 4 to hit everybody with bolster.
Is that how that works?
Yes.
So I roll how many d20s? Or
5.
is this almost presence? So it's not the 20, it's the
No,
other.
right.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So if you're 20,
Yeah.
still good.
That's
Right,
interesting.
you can still, there's always the potential to succeed. Yeah, because everybody's close enough that you could reach them.
Oh, okay. So it's a presence roll.
Yes, for
So I
bolster,
can
that
be
makes-
more just like, we're not gonna let this stop us. Come,
Yeah,
like
just
this
you're
is
not
nothing. Just get on down here.
And then what do you got? 8. Okay. All right. So what we'll say while you're gonna have advantage 1 on your next turn
Okay.
for the bolster. Everybody else is at disadvantage 1 because they're seeing Tiri get encased in this, and you just think like it's like a demoralized. So it's balanced because you didn't make it. So we're doing like a success with a twist. So Tiri is feeling very encouraged and ready to fight, but everybody else is terrified because they're seeing her get consumed. Like they're bigger than her, and they're just encasing her, and also baby. So
Oh, yeah.
okay, so.
I've been rolling d8s for my d10s.
Oh, buddy. I mean, I guess statistically higher chance of exploding.
True. We'll call it even.
Okay.
I saw Zach
so-
and I'm like, oh.
Now, as you guys are sliding down in, you've kind of come down. You're getting
Over
down to the
here.
bottom.
I don't like them.
You, let's see. We got that. Let's see what happens here. 18. So, Iliad, you're going to be next, and then Ingrid. Just give me a second to pull this Bane up.
Never.
And
All right.
oh, please. Oh no, sorry, it's a boon. That's why. So think about what you're doing next. As you guys are sliding down, and you're seeing Tiri, all of a sudden from the sides of the walls, belching dark fog just starts pouring into the room, and you guys notice too, filling everywhere in the space. So yeah, and let's see. So you guys are technically, you ran that?
Yep.
Awesome. Let me pull out the thing so we have a location here. Except I can't.
There is the map.
Yes. That's where you guys are.
There's too many rocks.
Too many rocks.
Too many rocks and bones.
Yeah. So you guys are sliding in from here. Brick and Tiri are down in this mess.
Is this the first time we get to see the miniatures, like the real ones?
Oh, no, they had it in the last
Was it
combat.
in the last one?
The combat, yeah.
Oh.
With the troll baby. And
With the troll.
which box did I put Tiri in? And so we got a couple. These two are dead, so we're just gonna have the two.
Ooh, I don't like those.
Tiri. Oh. Okay.
I don't like looking at them.
I want to like hide them in your guys' house.
Pin it to the roof of his car right above the driver's seat.
Yeah, no thanks.
I'm gonna use this for the moment
Costume.
because Tiri's miniature is somewhere around here and I just can't see it. Just use this for the moment. So yeah, as you guys come in, black fog is settling in right around here. The walls of the mountain kind of come down here, so it kind of channels in as you slide down in. And
So we like sliding into darkness? Is that?
yeah, the darkness is centered around Brick and Tiri, so you kind of lose them in the darkness, and you guys slide into it as you come in. So the darkness bane is up, and
So are they spiders or?
they're, well, I guess you could kind of get a look. The front half of them kind of looks like spiders with the, you know, the little pins, little feet here thing for doing the webbing and stuff. And they have the multiple eyes, and they have multiple legs that stick out, but they're short. They don't really walk with it. They use it to like mess with things. The back half of their body is more like a cockroach or a beetle or something, where it gets more of that smooth appearance, and it's bulbous.
Are they white or are they black?
Well, it's kind of hard to see in the darkness, but they look like a darker color, maybe browns or blacks.
Okay.
Yeah, and grays. Yeah, so they're furry in the front. That's what you're feeling. But then the back legs are all smooth and stuff, and they can stand up tall. So like the cockroach body, and then there's like a spider front that kind of can rear up and go down like this and kind of move like that. But they move around, and they spit that webbing stuff out of their mouth. So yeah, you guys slide into darkness, losing Tiri. You can hear still her shouts, but you can't see anything at the moment. And even though it was a little messy, we're actually going to take a break and end the episode
you're a jerk.
right there.
You're a jerk.
Sorry. So
I don't like this.
we'll leave you with cringy spiders and beetles and stuff.
The dark.
And I gotta find Tiri's miniature, which is
dark,
somewhere down
you
here
know?
and stuff. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Sorry I got a little messy at the end there. Hopefully the guys will handle this situation well. Thank you as always to VinceVep, Sirenscape, Guild of Ambience for the music and sound effects that we can use. Definitely check them out. They're great for tabletop gaming, just for atmosphere and mood setting. And Heromuster, of course, thank you, Mario, for making that, because it's just been so helpful being able to look up the Banes and Boons and the character sheets that the guys use online. And Open Legend RPG, check out the full core rulebook. You can order stuff from their shop there, join the community and the discussion. And last but not least, I want to give another shout out to the Dice Rule Everything Around Me podcast at Dice Rule Pod on Instagram and Twitter. And you can find them anywhere you listen to podcasts. I love to listen to them on Spotify. They are running an Open Legend actual play campaign for this season that they are doing. They've also done Starfinder and a Pathfinder playtest in previous seasons, so you can check that out too. But we're very excited to share another Open Legend actual play that's going on out there. It's really great to see people really using the system. And you definitely got to check them out, because they have an old witch lady in their party as well, so it's fun to see the differences between how Kristen plays Ingrid and how that witch is played as well. So it's great to see other people and how they utilize Open Legend and its flexibility within the system. So anyways, check them out and subscribe if you think we're all right, and we'll see you next week.